Alright there everyone, hope you're all keeping safe out there. Today I thought I'd do, kind of like I did in my last video, a discussion video. In this case I thought I'd discuss something a bit more, well, I'm going to say a bit more interesting, but a slightly different topic. McFarlane toys. Really like their production, or the toys they've been producing recently, especially their DC stuff. Their DC stuff's actually been really cool. It's got me back into buying one or two DC figures, which I've not done for a very long time. In fact, I'm in their death metal and like their Elseworld stuff, all the dark stuff really from DC they've been doing is really cool. In fact, I know they're also doing some of the future stuff as well, like Batman Beyond. There's a Batman Beyond coming out, and actually just to kind of date the recording of this, like an hour before I started recording this, Todd McFarlane did another live stream showing like what he's doing with Batman Beyond, because like I and a lot of other people thought it was a standalone figure. It's not. It's part of a 4-figure wave. Though each of those figures is being released like a month separately, which is kind of cool. He's doing obviously Batman Beyond to begin with, then a villain, Shriek, I think it's Shriek, how you pronounce it. Batwoman Beyond, which is a modern character, really cool, and Blight, the classic Batman Beyond villain. And even showed off like the figures from the wave. In fact, the wave itself has a builder figure, which I was kind of surprised at. It's the it's an interesting choice. It's the Batman, Joker, cyborg-bodied Terminator-esque creature from DC's whatever that weird crossover they did, where there's like they time skipped into the future and Brother Eye was in charge of the Batman Beyond universe. Future's End, that was it. Future's End. It looks cool. I don't know if if I got the whole wave, I'd probably sell it on because it doesn't really fit in with like what I think of for Batman Beyond. But nah. It also showed off like the actual Batman Beyond, the Batwoman Beyond. He had that. That was really cool. It's very similar to the Batman Beyond, actually, like engineering wise, but the two characters are aesthetically very similar, so that makes sense. And you have the Shriek figure as well. That looked really cool. No like test shot of Blight just yet, but I'm sure that one will be cool as well. And yeah, those are really cool. And I was thinking like, well, they're really cool. But what other DC figures is he probably going to do in the future? Like we can assume he's going to do like more death metal and dark metal and all that lot. But what about the other like corners of the DC universe? So I started thinking, okay, what's he like most likely going to do, considering like the sort of things Todd McFarlane likes to do? So I thought I'd do just a quick list of the ones I think Todd will probably do. And up first on that list, it's got to be Swamp Thing. Now I know what you're thinking, I love Marvel's Man Thing, it's pretty obvious, but DC Swamp Thing also really like. And just to put this out there, neither is a rip-off of the other. They're both like there's actually like a really cool story between the two of them, but I'm not gonna go into it now. Look at it yourselves online. It's actually an interesting story how the two came about at the same time. But yeah, Swamp Thing would be a great choice for Todd McFarlane to do. It's a dark character, but it's an interesting design. Loads of scope for sculptural details. Loads of like, the swampy textures. The paint detailing could be cool. And the character's always been cool. I mean, he's had those great movies. Actually, I do kind of like the old movies. They're pretty good. The TV series, which was really unfortunately cut down short, because I really like that, but I kind of wish they'd done like the guy got cut down to 8 episodes when they're supposed to do 12, and there's no second season, which is a real shame because it was really good. It was like nice dark horror. It was really cool. But yeah, Swamp Thing I think would be a really great figure for Todd McFarlane to do. Similarly, following themes Todd seems to quite like. How about the Demon Etrigan? That's a very hellish demonic character, something quite within Todd's wheelhouse. And again, it's a cool design. It's Jack Kirby-esque, because obviously it was back in the days Jack Kirby designed it, I think. I'm like 99.9% sure it was Jack Kirby. In fact, I'm so sure I'm not going to bother looking it up on Wikipedia. I'm not sure it was a Jack Kirby design, but yet again, a hellish demonic character. Something I think Todd would have a lot of fun doing. And all the McFarlane toys, the toy designers and toy sculptors, would really have fun doing. And well, at the moment, like there's a lot of Batman figures been done by Todd, including that one he designed himself, which is pretty cool. So what about another Batman figure, something kind of like not linked to any current stories? How about the Batman, the Red Rain, Bloodstorm? No, the Vampire Batman, because that's a really great, dark, horrific design that I think would look really well, or do really well as a figure. I mean, as you say, it's dark, it's gothic, it's horrific in some depictions, and yeah, that's a really good figure for them to, let's say, sink their teeth into. And there's some others as well. Like I remember, like a couple of years ago, we had the DC Villains line, and they did the Crime Syndicate of Earth 3. I love the Crime Syndicate. There's something that really great. It's like Transformers with shattered glass. There's something really great about evil versions of heroes, and these are probably the best like evil versions of heroes in comic books. Especially because like they're getting their own series soon. I know there's a new DC series, a comic book series called I think it's either called Earth 3 or Crime Syndicate. I'm pretty sure it's actually Crime Syndicate. That's coming out soon. That's going to be amazing. I can't wait for that. And all the characters are quite unique from each other, but I think just having like a quick line of you knock them out in 2 waves with a decent builder figure as well. I think that'd be something quite cool. And yet again, it's something dark, something gritty, something I think Todd would do really well with. And okay, here's another one. Here's another few, in fact. Green Lantern, all the Lantern Corps, the Green Lantern universe. There's hundreds of different characters in that universe, in that like spectrum of characters, and just going beyond like what you probably think Todd would be drawn to, like the Black Lanterns, to like the zombie undead. They look really cool, and you can quite imagine that being something that McFarlane Toys would do really well with. In fact, spoiler alert, they've already done one Black Lantern. The death metal Batman with the scythe. It's actually a Black Lantern. I don't know if he has a Black Lantern ring on him. He should do, really. Unless, no, he must have the ring sculpted on it. I can't remember seeing any photos of it, or photos of it with the ring on. But yeah, that's a Black Lantern. But there's other things, like all the Green Lantern characters. They look brilliant. I know that he's doing John Stewart. He's already shown that one off. That looks cool. But there's so many more, like your Hal Jordans, your Sodom Yats, your Kilowog. Kilowog would be great, actually, as a builder figure. Not just that, but you've got your Sinestro Corps, the Yellow Lanterns. They're all like horrific, terror-inducing designs. Something that's like really gribbly, or something horrific, something from nightmares. They'd be great as figures. And yeah, again, McFarlane Toys. It's something just. It's kind of like made for them. That horror design, that horror aesthetic, a whole core design to instill fear in people. And like, really, like, if say they did do Kilowog as a builder figure, that's most of the tooling done then for one of my favourite, if not actually my favourite, Yellow Lantern, Arcolo, like the drill sergeant of the Yellow Lantern Corps. I'd love to see him as a new figure. I had the old builder figure years ago, but I had to sell it. Similarly, Larfleeze, the Orange Lantern, that would look great. I can imagine like McFarlane Toys doing all the great texture work, the warthog horse face design would look brilliant. Actually, no, I'll tell you what, the one I really wish they would do, like this is like guilty pleasure, kind of the one I'd really want them to do. Okay, the Red Lantern Corps, all the blood-soaked, rage-filled monsters of that. Do Bleeze, the Bloody Angel, and yeah, that is just. I love her design. It's sexy, it's terrifying, it's really cool. It's a really cool design. I'd love to see it done as a decent action figure. I know she's had statues before, or like DC Direct limited articulation figures, but that's a design I think would look really good by McFarlane Toys. I mean, even like they've shown like the figures like the Drowned or the other female figures they've done, they can get a female sculpt anatomy down really well. I'd love to see them take this one on. And yeah, well, those are just a few ideas I had for like DC characters from McFarlane Toys. Because like, what really got me thinking about this more than anything else was that gold label Spawn, the MK11 version that's coming out. I was thinking that looks like a Yellow Lantern Spawn. It's Spawn with the Yellow Lantern colour scheme, so the black and yellow. I was thinking like, that's kind of cool, but I'd actually kind of like to see him in other Lantern colours. Do that same treatment for other things. So like, take your basic Spawn design and do him as a Red Lantern, as an Orange Lantern, as Yellow Lantern, as a Green Lantern, as a Blue, as an Indigo, as a Violet. I'd even have him as a Black Lantern, even a White Lantern. I think that's really cool. Yeah, I'd buy all of them. I'd definitely buy all of them. It's just, that'd be a great use of that mould, where you could keep reissuing it, but the aesthetics would be so different, or different enough that it'd make it worth buying the same figure over and over again. Or better yet, do like a 7-figure, it'd be expensive as hell, probably the most expensive thing they've done so far, but like a 7-figure pack. That'd be brilliant, to maybe give the Black and the White Lanterns off as, I don't know, exclusive somewhere. That'd be really cool. So yeah, that was just that was it. That was just some thoughts I had about McFarlane toys and their DC Multiverse line, the DC figures they do. What I think we might get in the future, what I'd quite like to see them do, and yeah, just tell me below in the comments what you think. Well, okay, that's it. And as always, folks, stay safe, stay sane, and I'll see you all next time. Ta-da!